Hey guys, Tricky2Care here. I wanted to give you a video to tell you really how to make money as quickly as possible and also have a little bit fun while doing it. And also what you can do to get those level 50 platinum parts so you can get your car to level 1299 as quickly as possible. So first, starting off with the money, which people still seem to struggle a little bit with. By now I thought everyone probably knew how to make the money as quickly as possible, but there's basically two ways that I advise you to do if you want to make money. The first one is to use the faction missions and send your friends. Now you probably noticed this in a faction mission, there's an option to send friends, but what does it really mean and how does it work? Well, it's basically a simulation and it doesn't actually send out any notification to your friends, and it doesn't even require them to do anything. It will just automatically simulate in the background. So first thing you want to do is head back to your HQ and then to go to your skill points, respec those skill points. You can do this at any time and it will cost you 100 buck for each skill point you have. Now, place one per point or more in the one to send out friends on faction mission. This will allow you to send out more than one friend to the faction mission, and this is crucial. Some of these missions will require you to send out at least 2 friends, and depending on how high level your friends are, you might want to have to send out more friends. Now, once you've done this, you head back to the map, and you want to find the longest one, the one that pays out the best. They will only give you 16,000 each, but again, you don't have to do anything. So if you're playing a session that takes 3 hours or longer, which is the time it takes for this one to complete, you can just send out your friends and then just go about and do your own business, whatever it is. Once you add a friend, you will see that there's a success ratio. This is based on the mission difficulty level. So if the mission difficulty level is 86, you will need to send out friends that equals the same number of levels. So for an example, a level 50 friend and a level 36 friend, and that will give you a 100% success ratio. You can still choose to send out friends if you don't have 100% completion or success ratio. It could still succeed, but it's a little bit of RNG, of course. Once you've done this, just head on to the next, and once you have all the 10 sent out, then you just have to wait 3 hours for the simulation to end. And you will get an in-game notification if you're online once the faction missions are complete, and then just head to the missions and collect your money. Easy peasy. This is also a good thing to do when you're exiting the game for like the day or night or whatever. It simulates, and when you log back in the next time you play, these faction missions will be ready for you just to collect. So get your 160k by doing absolutely nothing. So the next thing to get quick money, and this is probably the best way to make money out of all. Once again, head back to your HQ, respec your points, and make sure to place per points in the 2 per points that will give you a little bit higher payout and a little bit more RP. RP isn't really super important, but it will give you a little bit more once you do PvP, because that is what you're going to focus on. You would probably also best to max out the skills that give you bonus to braking, handling, acceleration, and top speed to make your car as quick as possible. Now, after this, just do PvP missions basically. It doesn't matter if you are placing like 4th or if you finish 1st. The difference in payout isn't that huge actually, and you make something like, say, around 15k to 19k for each race, and some of these races are fairly short and you can make those money in like 3 to 5 minutes. So that means you can have an hourly income of almost 100,000 or even more actually, if I can do math, which I clearly cannot. But anyways, those are the best ways. And since it doesn't matter if you win or lose, you still make a lot of money, and this is way more fun than grinding a faction mission over and over again, which is really boring. Some of these faction missions can be done quickly, but it's still you have to calculate the income and divide it by minutes spent, and you will probably end up that PvP is by far the most successful one, and will also be, of course, the most fun one to participate in. Next, getting your car to level 1299. Some people kind of miss out on this, but in order for the car to reach 1299, you will of course need all your parts to be level 50 platinum. But that's not all. You also need to max out the perk points. I already said you have to max out for the PvP events. That means braking, handling, acceleration, and speed. Once you have those at maximum and you have all level 50 platinum parts, your car will be 1299. How do I get those level 50 parts then? Well, once you yourself have hit level 50 is when those parts become available. You cannot win these anytime before that. Once you're at level 50 though, any skill challenge, any faction, not faction mission, any mission you do will reward you with a possible level 50 platinum part. The drop ratio though is only 4% to my knowledge, which means it's RNG, and sometimes you can spend a lot of time on one skill challenge before you finally get that level 50 part. But in order to minimize your time, you should focus on jumps. Jumps is the one that's easiest to complete and is by far the fastest one to complete. Once again, when you do this, you should probably head back to your HQ, respec your perk points so that you maximize your handling, acceleration, grip, and top speed. After that, there's also a skill point which unlocks late in the game, which allow you to score any skill faster. This will mean you have to jump a short distance in order to get that platinum level. Once you've done that, just go to your map, go to skills. Now filter these by jumps. Most of the parts you need can be found in the Midwest area and the South. Some of them are a little bit trickier than others. Like for instance, say the gearbox. There's only one jump that will award you with the gearbox, and that one is on dirt. So it's fairly unusable for, say, like a performance car, or even worse, a circuit spec car. If you need a gearbox, I suggest you look up any other skill that is possibly an escape skill, which are fairly easy as well, and look for a gearbox and just do that one over and over again. Just do the jump over and over again, and if you're lucky, you could get that level 50 part. You don't need to worry too much about the bonus attribute on the skill part, because it doesn't have that huge of an impact on your car. And once you acquire this level 50 part, it will come available for you to buy for any of the same spec type of car in the performance dealer. So if I manage to get the level 50 part, that is bonus on the differential, I can buy that part for any of my performance car, if it was a performance car I won that in, from the perf dealer. Now, if you're gonna use the more expensive way to buy parts, which you will probably do at some point because you get tired of grinding, again, go back to the H quarters and make sure to respec your points and maximize the spec you're trying to upgrade with a 30% discount. This will save you a lot of money, especially from performance and up to raid and circuit spec, which are fairly expensive. So maximizing a car from the start will be kind of expensive. But if you're planning on maximizing a car to $12.99 and you just bought a car stock, don't bother wasting your money on buying the highest level of performance part available. Just go for the lowest. If you're gonna buy them anyway, you're just gonna replace them, so that just means that you will waste a lot of money in the process. So that's basically it, guys. You can see here, I will just point out the best jumps. As you can see in this one, the one I suggest you do, and this works for street, performance, and dirt. For circuit as well, on most of them, except those that aren't dirt, For raid spec though, it's a little bit trickier. You can't really do all of these jumps because your car will be slow. The best one should probably be the one with racing line, that sort of thing. They take a lot of longer time, or just do hill climbs, which is probably the fastest way, but kind of boring and repetitive. But there's really no good way to get those level 50 parts for a raid. Those take a little bit more time, and you probably end up buying any level 50 part out of that. So I hope you found this video useful, guys, and you get the cash as quickly as possible so you can buy those sweet ass rides, max tune them, go in PvP, and wreak some havoc. Alright, that's it for now, guys. As always, stay frosty. Bye.